A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. You know, as a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, you know, with that, a lot of stress, he was drinking a lot of caffeine, and it turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over, and I tried it out for the first day, and this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side, and I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time. All right. So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're going to try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. I'm gonna give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11. So we'll see. Whoo, whoo. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if, it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right. Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button up.
Yo, what's good, people? Got the late night pod going on. What's good?
What's good? What's goody?
Yo, what's happening?
Hey, sound like y'all kind of drained a little bit. Y'all good over there?
It was a long day,
Long
early
day.
and long day.
Long day is an understatement.
Yeah.
Y'all starting to sound like y'all parents over here.
Chill
It's time to get into bed, ain't it?
out.
Woo.
Juice,
Yes, indeed.
bottles.
Don't worry, man. This is actually gonna be a pretty quick one today, man. We're gonna jump right into this thing. Did y'all get a chance to hear or see anything about Judge Mathis? His wife just filed for divorce after 39 years of marriage.
Um,
That's the
no,
first time I actually hear it.
Crazy. She waited till after that man retired and everything, because they said that his show ended in 2023.
mm-hmm.
And a year after 39 years of marriage. I don't even know how old they are. What is it like?
64, 65.
And you filed for divorce? That yo,
She
like,
could be like a few years younger than him, but I would still put that 50 something
mm,
at, at yeah. I would still put that something around that age. I'm just like 39 years. What happened? That's really what my question is. It's like what happened that I did see something where it was like irreconcilable. I'm butchering that word, but pretty much they
so
feel like they can't reconcile their issues. What's he up here?
uh-oh. But yeah,
Which one?
Mike went out for a second.
Hello? Why am I saying hello like I'm on the phone? It's late.
But yeah, but yeah, man.
No.
After 39 years, I think you know what I mean. Like when people are constantly working like that, because he wasn't just doing his show. I heard that him and his son had a show and he had other things going on as well, man. It could be, after all those years, they finally got a chance to really sit down and spend a little bit more time with each other. And I'm not trying to blame it on him. I'm not saying, it's all him. But we know how Judge Matthews' mouth is. And you a crackhead.
That's
probably, probably called his wife a crackhead too many times. She was sick of it. No, stop it.
man,
But no,
he is known for that. Like I be watching his, well, I guess you could say like reruns and YouTube
yeah.
from YouTube, and a lot of it is, him speculating that people, you know, was a crackhead or is currently one, because there was somewhere they were actually still currently in that lifestyle. But he was advocating for them to get some help, and he was pretty much saying we'll help if you wanna get yourself clean, get your life clean.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So, the next thing that I want to talk about, if you want to bring it up on screen, is going to be about that Pop My Balloon. So, man, again, a huge shout out to Miss Arlette. Man, Arlette has been doing a phenomenal job. Her and her husband have been doing a phenomenal job with that, because they just recently released a blind date like Pop My Balloon, which I thought was freaking brilliant, man. A brilliant way of doing things, because a lot of people have been kind of acting shallow with this Pop My Balloon situation. So they kind of switched it around a little bit. So I definitely I appreciate that. And they had somebody propose on one of their catch up videos. I think they really killing the space right now in a good way, man. when it comes to helping people like find love and stuff. Did you could you get it?
So that one in particular wasn't pulled up already. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it should be. It should be on either the first or second stream. It was pulled up. He's got to share the screen, and then it'll be probably the first tab.
All right, let me see here. That looks about right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
All right, go ahead and play.
yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, why did we end up popping hers?
I just don't think the physical attraction was there. You know, I mean, it's pretty much it. You know.
So, why did you have your balloon unpopped for him?
Well, I thought he was cute, but then I had like some concerns. I don't even want me to say it or not.
Say it.
Okay, so I'm not trying to be funny. So I was like thinking like if you were like in my bed or something and I turned the fan on, like you would fly across my room because you're like really skinny. But I like skinny guys, but you're like really skinny. And then I was also thinking like if I was in the bed with you and I laid my head on your chest, it would feel like I'm laying on a pile of dishes or something. So I didn't want to, you know.
Yeah.
But you're cute though, so.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm 205 pounds, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That's just funny. So, I mean,
I know.
you feel how you feel. It is what it is.
There's no offense. I mean, I like
No.
skinny guys, you know, but
No, I appreciate you being
I
honest.
was just looking out for you, looking out for me, but yeah. That's all.
All right, thank you.
All
Oh,
right,
you on
yeah.
mute.
Yeah, so I was so freaking confused by this man, and this is going back to people that honestly cannot take rejection. Like, he basically said, listen, there's no physical attraction there. So she was saying, something about him being cute. And then going like just making up stuff saying that he's too skinny. That dude was 205 pounds. He don't look skinny at all. Can y'all what are y'all thoughts on that?
Oh man, was she just her butt was hurt? No.
Butt hurt.
I don't think a lot of people can take rejection amicably. So they if they feel small, they want the other person to feel small so that they can regain not control, but kind of regain power, regain a little bit of that self-esteem by trying to beat down those other people's self-esteem. Like I would just say this because it happens a lot in well, I wouldn't say for sure that it happens a lot, but you know how you hear situations where the guy is trying to, talk to a female and she turns him down and was like, and he'll, call her out of her name and try to say that she don't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I thought that was crazy, man. That was crazy. I literally I couldn't wrap my head around that exchange like between them two. I was just like, yo, what? Out of all things, that's the only thing that you could come up with.
Yeah, and he was not being nasty or anything like
No.
that towards her. So I don't she really didn't have to say anything in response back and just, could say, okay, that's your preference or, thank you and kept it pushing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cole, what your thoughts?
It wasn't much that needed to be said. It was pretty much a non-physical attraction on his part. She did not like it, so she felt like she had to say something because you're like, oh, you're cute, but you're skinny. There's a lot of skinny guys dating women of her size. So I don't see what the problem was. I guess she just wanted to get back. It's more of like, all right, you don't want me, somebody else will.
Yeah. I guarantee you, like I would be willing to bet a serious amount of money that if that dude wouldn't have popped her balloon, I guarantee she would have went all the way. Guarantee you. Like, come on, man. Up here capping dogs. Like get out of your feelings. And she's probably one of those people that's not used to getting rejected. You know what I'm saying? Because they think just because, you know what I'm saying, they got butt or whatever, that, they gonna be at the top of the totem pole.
Hey, but also think about, man, that's a show. That all could be just for show. He could have, they could have linked up after. You never know.
I've heard, yeah. I've heard a lot of them that after the fact, you know what I'm saying, be done pop the balloon or whatever, and then circle back and try to ask for somebody's number after. Yeah, nah, we ain't rocking like that, dog. You too shallow for me. If you doing anything for clicks, likes, views, clout, or anything like that, it's over for you. Them people are fake to me, man. But yeah, I agree with you. I have heard of people doing that on her show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story, right? It was a guy. This is crazy. This guy was wanted for murder. 19 years, right? 19 years they had been looking for this guy. And you would never guess how they found him and what his occupation was after 19 years of being on the run for that type of crime. What do y'all think? How did y'all think the people found him?
Um.
I was thinking like he won the lottery and they caught him.
I like that. I like that.
Oh man, how they find him?
You said what?
I said, how did they find him?
Oh, well, it was social media on Facebook. Your boy had done made a Facebook page.
Oh
He had a Facebook page. They found this man on Facebook, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all what his occupation was when they found him. He was a police officer. Just working for the doggone feds, man. Hiding right up under their nose.
man,
Going by a lot of different names, of course. I just thought that was the craziest thing in the world, man.
that is wild. Like, why you hide? Is it because of age that you got sloppy though?
Man, like he just got tired. You know what, man? I ain't even stressed about it no more, dog.
That's the world dumbest criminal, man.
Right. He got donkey of the day. Charlamagne had gave him donkey of the day.
David, you've been wanted for what is it, 19, 20 years?
Yeah, almost 2 decades. 2 decades.
And you've been, I mean, well, I be watching some shows, but someone, Katie told me I need to stop watching those types of shows.
How to Get Away with Murder and all them shows.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking about this. I might be diving too deep into this, but if they caught him after almost nearly 2 decades,
Mm-hmm.
so my thought process is wherever that he was wanted for, did he stay where he was wanted for, and he just changed his name, and then he ended up going under the police, where in the same place that he committed the crime for, like. I'm pretty sure if a person committed a crime, they're like wanted for, and they've been on the run for so long. Don't you think the smart thing to do is just to go off the grid somewhere nobody can find you?
Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. That's definitely I mean, it's not smart to commit a crime, but if you're gonna do something like that, fam, like it's time to get lost, especially a crime like that. Like if you just stole a bag of chips or whatever, you know what I'm saying, petty larceny or something, I can understand. But something like that, like, come on, fam.
Well, Hold on. I'm trying to think, because I do vaguely remember parts of it saying that he did flee,
Yeah, yeah, he
and
did.
you did say that he changed his name
Mhm.
couple of names. So, oh, but back to what I was also saying about watching those crime shows. They were saying like after a while they do kind of they either one get lazy or two they are arrogant that they've gone so long without getting caught that they're like, I ain't gonna ever get caught. So
Yeah, they thought that. So man, I hate. I mean, I don't like to really keep bringing this up,
go
but
ahead.
have y'all heard about Brittany Renner? She has now become Muslim, or she's trying to get into to being a Muslim.
We'll
Are
see
y'all
how long
familiar
that
with that?
lasts. We'll see how
Man,
long that lasts.
I was like, yo, what? Come on, man. Out of all religions, out of all things to do, why in the world? Why, man? She had like the full head wrap on and everything, man. Like, oh my goodness. Are you familiar? Do you know who Brittany Renner is? Think,
If I am remembering, y'all told me that she was what was it? Hold on. It wasn't positive.
yes.
Nothing about her is positive.
Wasn't positive. I'm gonna use the word promiscuous,
Yeah.
and now I'm a little vague on on remembering the details that y'all told me about her. But dang, can you refresh my memory?
You want me to refresh your memory?
Yes.
Well, one of the first words you described her as very promiscuous. She
Mhm.
is a woman that were pretty much going after any type of athlete and celebrity
Okay.
and end up having affairs and everything with them. And she had a baby with one of the NBA players and pretty much going on a rant about how which what type of
How to
athletes to go
level up,
after.
get up, get
Yeah, just to trap
okay.
them pretty much.
Yeah, okay. I remember that part. My goodness. Muslim though? Man, don't
Man,
be messing with them folks' religion.
real, man. Like, come on, man. Take some time to get yourself. And then I think what tripped me out about it is if you go on her Instagram, like she had posted that video talking about all this, and you check, not even, I don't know if it was like 3 or 5 days ago, she had posted a picture, and I'm just gonna say it wasn't appropriate.
Mm,
I'm talking about pretty much everything out. Like, come on, man. People
mm,
got to stop playing with that type of stuff. Like, I understand you trying to change and everything, man, but I feel like, if you are working on you're trying to do those things, then give it some time, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, or whatever, just to let people know you see what. Well, she had been, off social media for a while. Then she come back like, oh, okay, all right, that makes a little bit more sense. What, 3 to 5 days ago, you up there posting them type of pictures? Yeah, nah,
mm.
man, that was crazy. But speaking about people that's been breaking up, what are y'all thoughts about J Lo and Ben Affleck? That's gonna bring us to our first question of the day. We gonna get into it. I just want to know what y'all thoughts about that J Lo and Ben getting a divorce after so-called rekindling their relationship, being married for I think it maybe 2 years, somewhere around 2 years, and then filing for divorce. What are y'all thoughts on that?
She chasing for that fifth ring like LeBron is.
Oh,
Oh, yo, going for the MVP of divorces and marriages. That's crazy. man. Lord have mercy. What are your thoughts on it, Tina?
I've been trying to figure out what's the turmoil though, because I'm wondering is this old stuff or is it new stuff? Because I do see like people showing like how disgusted he looks with her and how she's always seemed to be annoyed with him. And I'm just like, what exactly is going on? And I've heard like unpleasant comments about her saying that she's kind of rude, she smells, she's
Oh,
fake.
J
So,
J J Lo is more of a um what you really call like an independent woman, where like her mom apparently it's a story in regards of her upbringing. So, um, from my understanding, I guess her father wasn't around, so her mom pretty much taught her how to live on her own and have this thought like you don't need a man. And if they don't want to be there, move on, find somebody else, or do it for yourself.
okay.
so I'm curious, right? Because I got a few different questions about that. Because again, she I know she's older than him. Is she in her 60s?
She's like 51, 52,
Okay. And he's younger, right?
I believe
Uh,
so. Hold on a second. I can check it for
So,
y'all.
all right. So with
Uh,
that, I'm curious. Do y'all think it would be better for them to stay together, or y'all think they made the right decision by breaking up?
they
this
said it's
is
their second time around.
Yeah.
So,
uh yeah, so she's 55, he's 52.
Oh, okay. So yeah, about 3 years. Not too big of a age difference. Yeah. So what are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that they made the right choice, or do y'all think that they probably should have worked it out at that age?
But she probably don't care. So it's kind of tough to even say, especially at especially where she's at in life at this point.
Right. She's older. She, like I said, been through a lot of different divorces. Do you even think that anybody is honestly going to take her serious? Like I'm is
mm-mm.
I mean I think she wants to be married. I mean, because she wouldn't keep getting married if she didn't want to be married. If she didn't want to be, with someone. So do y'all think that that was the right choice to make? This could possibly be her last shot at getting with a guy that makes a decent amount of money that's in the industry or whatever, because I don't think too many people are honestly going to take her serious, especially after something like this.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say they need to, have a conversation. Hey, bring in a mediator, something, because feel like certain things it's okay to drop the ball on, but as long as you pick it back up and keep trying and progressing, and kind of like you said though too, is the age. If you have been married, divorced, or separated multiple times, I'm sure there's something within you that says, okay, I don't want to live the rest of my life alone without anyone. Of course, you can have a companionship or something like that, but if you've build with this person, connected with this person, bonded with this person for XYZ amount of years, you should be in a mindset to where we're not fighting each other. We're fighting the issue. We're battling the issue. So let's tackle the issue and move on from there.
Like that, yeah. No, that definitely that makes sense. That sounds like the grown, mature way to deal with this situation. Again, these are not freaking young teenagers. These are people that are 50. You in your 50s, mid to late 50s. Like, what's next? That's the question that I got. Like, so what's next after this? Another divorce, another separation. That's gonna be more time. You got all these legal fees, more money, more time, and instead of giving that energy to somebody, you're using it and separating yourself from somebody. Like, it was obvious something there to begin with because y'all came back to each other in the first place. It's the reason why y'all came back. And I like what you were saying about, it not necessarily being a person, but an issue, that y'all should be able to talk about it. And if you can't do it, then bring somebody in to kind of help y'all out with that. I like that answer.
It's cheaper to keep them. No, stop.
Oh Lord.
I'll say this though. Yes, the easiest thing for them to do is to sit down and talk about it, but you have to realize they're in the industry. They have the money just to be like, all right, you want to call it quits? All right, cool. Let's go ahead and settle this and be done with it. Because if you look at it, she was with Alex Rodriguez, and then immediately right after, she went right back to Ben Affleck.
Hmm.
Well, like we were saying though, it's something. It's something there that you went back. They went back to each other for. So, wouldn't it make sense to figure out what that was, make it stronger, and figure out what's bringing a wedge between them two?
Possibly, but when it comes to being in the industry, that probably don't matter. Because there are certain folks in the industry that stay married for a long time, and there are folks that's in the industry that didn't even stay married for even a year.
Yes, that's true. I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I guess. Well, I'm gonna finish the sentence. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what really does being in the industry have to do with your relationship. I understand that it might be tougher to keep it out of the public's eye and keep people out of your business, but it's still between you and the person you're in a relationship with.
And again, I think the question that I have for, like, listen, I'm all for people making decisions and choices and whatever. As long as you're not complaining about those choices or whatever, then I ain't got no pushback. Don't complain, after you done made, certain choices and decisions. The question that I have though is, what's next? Like, I'm assuming, maybe you got better options or something like that. Like, you got, it's a better option out there, which is why you're not willing to do the things that you should be doing, because again, marriage is supposed to be till death do you part. And from what I've heard, she didn't say anything about him being mentally, physically abusive, didn't say anything about him stepping out and cheating. It sounds like it was just some disagreements. So if it's something as petty as disagreements or whatever, why in the world can't y'all, as two grown adults, sit down and hash it out as not just adults, but husband and wife?
Do you feel like if somebody of that age is really gonna want to reconcile and figure this whole thing out?
I would say that would be the smart and the mature thing, because again, us as adults, right? If I understand, like, early on in life or whatever, hey, it's more fish out in the sea, but these people are old now. Like, they're pushing 60. At what age do you look at it and say, yo, listen, I done went through all of those doggone people, and the common denominator in every single last relationship that I get in is me. I can't keep trying to look at it and blame and say it's other people. No, the reason why I keep getting a divorce, I think the issue could be the person that's in the mirror. The issue is, and I'm talking about J-Lo right now, the issue is me. I need to go seek some therapy or whatever instead of trying to jump from man to man to man. Because again, at the end of the day, she's gonna end up by herself. If you keep trying to relationship hop every time you feel some type of way, and you know you hit a, I don't know, a heel or something like that, man, you know what I'm saying? You're never gonna be happy. You're never gonna find your person. You're never gonna be with anybody. Just stay single. Why you keep getting married if you don't want to work on you? Because a relationship in a marriage, that's a two people thing. Just stay single.
But probably at her age now, she's probably stuck in her ways because she's probably never had anybody tell her, like, like, I feel like once a person gets to a certain age, sometimes they get stuck in their ways, and sometimes they don't want to change that, and they feel
Yeah,
like nobody can change that.
I understand. I would say that would be like, again, I would think that would be like an ego issue, and
That might be that. It might just be that.
and what I always try to, I hope people would, because I'm pretty sure somebody done told her this. Like, you know, J Lo is a big name, and she either done heard it from somebody that's close to her, one of the people that she done divorced, or even from the doggone blogs. She has heard, you know, about her issues, and she's again pushing 60. I'm pretty sure she's well aware of all of those issues and things like that. And all I'm saying is, if you want to be single, you know what I'm saying, just stay single. Stop getting married. Stop, you know what I'm saying, getting involved with some of these people or whatever. Just stay single. That's all I'm saying. Instead of wasting, because at this point in time, you're just wasting people's time. You almost 60 years old, filing for divorce from every single last guy that you done got with. Somebody in her corner need to let her know. Somebody need to tell them if they already have it. So I got another question. Do y'all think that some people are just destined to be alone?
As you mean, we mean destined, as in they desire that, or
No, I mean, I'm gonna take J Lo. I mean, we on the subject about J Lo. Like, we just gonna go ahead and use J Lo. Maybe she's just one of those people that are supposed to be single, because we already know that there are more women on this earth than there are men. So everybody can't have a relationship. Everybody is not technically meant to have somebody. There's gonna be some single people out there. And so I'm asking, you know, do y'all believe that some people are just destined to be single? Like they're not fit, or they're not meant to be like in a relationship?
Well, off of numbers, yes. It's kind of, I'm so empathetic. It's kind of sad to think of that, because being someone that that understands the impact that care and companionship has on a person. And like I said, I'm kind of a empathetic, sympathetic person. So it's like, it's kind of sad to think about that. Like, you may go through your life and you may have your encounters, but it just doesn't click to where it's something that's longevity. It's just you were meant to either come into people's lives and have an influence, or for people to come into your life and have an influence on you, so you can keep recycling that. Hopefully it's positivity, but I'm just speaking positively right now. So yeah, I feel like it, yeah. kind of bound that there's people out there that's gonna be alone. Well, I wouldn't say be alone, but they may not find that till death do us part.
No, they gonna be alone. I mean, unfortunately, I got to say it. They gonna be alone. And before Kobe go, I mean, I think that the list is, especially when it comes to beautiful, like really really beautiful, gorgeous women, especially in their prime. You know what I mean? A lot of those women that instead of focusing in their younger years to get with somebody, they waited to their latter years to try to find somebody. And unfortunately, a lot of those dudes not really checking for them. Vivica A. Fox is another one. Vivica A. Fox, was talking about now she's looking for a boyfriend. She's looking for somebody that's, she don't care about the age anymore. She don't necessarily really, care about what race he is. Hopefully, he has some money, but she done relaxed them standards so doggone much now. What's the other young lady's name? Fancy from Jamie Foxx. Fancy from Jamie Foxx. Like, yo, everybody wanted to talk to doggone Fancy at one point in time. Michael Jordan, the billionaire, the basketball player, the billionaire. And he even said, he even said it himself, like, listen, I don't even really rock with black women like that, but for her, I'll make an exception. You had, one of the most wealthy men checking for you at one point in time. Now, this young lady is paying for dating apps. She spent over $6,000 on a dating app and didn't even get a doggone date. It's a lot of women out here, like some of them are crying. I'm talking about bawling their eyes out. And I that is kind of sad, but they're bawling their eyes out because they don't have anybody. Like, I even heard one of these Nigeria women, like, she was literally crying, saying, listen, I will sponsor you. You ain't got to worry about paying for anything. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for everything. I'll pay for the wedding. I'll pay for everything. I just want somebody that's going to value me and just spend the rest of their life with me. This wasn't even a older woman. She was maybe in her 30s.
That is pretty interesting. I would have to agree with what you were saying, because it's sad to say, but there is a lot of single folks out here, and majority of it is by choice, because you most definitely think of the baggage that came along with you from your previous relation, and feeling like that you don't want to waste your time because of expectations, standards, wants, and needs. And if a person can't fulfill that, then you feel like, well, if I'm the only one that can feel that for myself, then I might as well be single.
I do want to kind of piggyback off that. I think that most people, especially in their prime, I think that it was a choice. Like, they were choosing to be single because they felt like they had those options. And as people get older, when they start hitting that 40, 50, 60, when they start getting closer and closer to that wall, and they start to realize, like, damn, my options then kind of dried up. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, I did have all these people checking for me. You know what I'm saying? Or they was out here in the street, they were clubbing, they were partying, they were traveling, they had their friends around them. And as people start to get older, that's when they want to try to hurry up and, you know what, let me see who I can snatch up. But by that time, I don't think it's a choice anymore. I think that, for a lot of them, they've aged out. And the guys that they probably should have settled down with, or the people that they should have settled down with, those people are already in relationships, or those people are not necessarily checking for them anymore. And it could be because, hey, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to get at you a few years ago, and you kind of like just blew me off. So now, I don't think we're gonna be able to rock like that. And again, it is unfortunate, especially when I sit here and I really think about it, man. For a lot of those people, y'all know I consume a lot of content, and so I literally see, a lot of people, even people that did have relationships, even people that were married. I was gonna do a whole little long segment about people that chose to get a divorce and thought that the grass was greener on the other side, and now they are literally like every other day bawling their eyes out because they left the person that they should have stuck around, they should have kept but for whatever reason, whether it was because of their friends or because they thought that they had options, the people was probably inboxing them up under their comments, liking their posts and stuff like that. They thought that they had more options. And then as soon as they get the divorce or they leave or they stop talking to that person, they come to find out like, damn, I probably should have stayed with that person. And
sound like Tia Moore.
Another perfect example, because she's complaining about the guy that she's dating now being too short, taking a grill out and putting it on the table in a napkin. That's the options that are out here now. Like you had a decent guy. I don't understand why you didn't just, just kick it and stay with him, work out like those issues. Because I think most of the time, my bad, I'm gonna finish up. Because I think that most of the time it's not the person. Really, it's oftentimes just a disagreement, communication.
Now, to piggyback off that, in regards to Tia Moore, I don't know if y'all knew. You remember? Did you see the movie with her ex-husband Megan Good?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Do you remember that scene when they all went out to dinner? It was him and his best friend and her best friend, and
Yep.
he talked about divorce.
Yep.
Did you know that majority of that scene was off script?
What?
Now I gotta see it.
Wow. No, I did not know that. That's crazy.
Because apparently he had a conversation with Megan Good before, and pretty much she did not know all the stuff he did with the slamming on the table and the yelling and calling her out her name and talking about the divorce papers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Apparently he had to go that deep and go off script, made that scene just even better. But I'm thinking like he went deep because I guess what happened between him and Tia.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I heard it caught Megan Good off guard, like for real.
Mm. And I think the crazy thing about that particular movie is both of them had recently went through a divorce. Because Megan Good, she divorced her husband as well. So they both went through a divorce in real life, and then Tyler Perry, because he reached out to Megan Good or whatever, and Megan Good, she actually asked for Corey to play her husband in the movie. He was like, who do you think would be like a good fit to be your husband in this movie? And she said, yo, Corey, let's get Corey Hardrick. Phenomenal actor, and I think that he would absolutely kill that role. And he did. He did a phenomenal job, man. Even though they was kind of bashing Tyler Perry, saying that all of his movies are pretty much the exact same thing, man bashing or whatever.
Oh, I was like, who is they?
But a lot of the blogs, YouTubers, man, everybody. Again, I consume a lot of content, man. So yeah, everybody in the blogs on YouTube. What was it? Like Rotten Tomatoes. I want to say Prime. Like a lot of people that was reviewing, they was basically saying, You know, you seen one Tyler Perry movie, you seen them all. Great acting. Like they did a phenomenal job with the acting, but they were saying that the storyline could have been a little bit different, a little bit better because, you know, Tyler Perry, because they actually went in deep. Tyler Perry writes his own stuff. They say that you need to get, you know, more writers. You're a billionaire now. You should have other people writing for you to kind of help you out with your storyline, so it wouldn't be so repetitive. Like, yeah. And he actually got online and said, you know, I hear what they saying. I hear what they saying or whatever. We gonna try to make it do what it do. Switch it up a little bit or whatnot.
Okay.
You can say whatever, but y'all still gonna spend the money to go see it.
Yeah, yeah. Mostly, but I think most of the people that was watching it, and was sharing it and whatnot, and was rocking with it was definitely the women. Because there was a lot of guys that I asked, "Hey, you gonna go check this out?" Man, I ain't gonna go see them doggone no Tyler Perry movie, man. Sick of that dog. Them girls gonna come back and you be in that movie theater, them women up there looking upside your head. Yeah, you, all of y'all. But yeah, man, we gonna do one more. Did anybody else want to comment on that last? Do y'all think that some people are destined to be alone?
All good over here.
Okay. All right, this is gonna be the final question of the day. Help our viewers out. What should one do about their trust issues? If you have somebody that may be having trust issues, what would be some advice that y'all would give to them?
I would most definitely say counseling is one of the things, is to help figure that out, and and maybe do self reflection with yourself and figure out where the root of the problem stems from.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going because I was thinking for a minute. So, so yeah, I would kind of agree and piggyback off of what he said is, oh, well, the biggest part is like doing more of the self reflecting. Um, yeah, yeah, like just to see what's going, kind of, yeah, just to see what's going on in your head, why you feel like you, you having issues with trusting someone. Like, is it really because you can't trust yourself? Is it like, is it more of a conflict within yourself? I kind of feel like some of these things is more so pertaining to the individual and not always the other person, but it could be the other person. But yeah, for the majority of it, I feel like it's more so of the individual.
So quick question. Would y'all recommend that someone go speak and talk to a counselor or a professional, or would you recommend that if they're having trust issues that they go speak and talk with their spouse? Like it was like a first type of thing. What would you recommend them do?
Speak with the other party.
What about you, Cole?
Um, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
Because I'm thinking like, say for instance, if I'm having trust issues or whatever, and I'm having a hard time trusting, the person that I'm with, maybe I'm not saying it in all cases, but maybe in most cases, maybe that could be solved through us just talking and communicating and speaking with each other, and just just having a basic conversation, and just being able to kick it with that person.
Yes, but sometimes a person being by themselves to work through their issues is another option too. It may not be the best, but it always be a decision that can possibly help you.
I hear it. I hear it. But I'm thinking, right? So because we can have conversations with ourselves, and we can come up with uh our own conclusions. But if you're having trust issues with a person, do you not want to have that person there so they can maybe shine a light and maybe be able to better assist with that?
Yes, there's nothing wrong with having support and help navigate through it. But the what if something triggers that person and it's with that person that's trying to be there to support them?
Well, honestly, I'm thinking, and I know things are different for a lot of situations, but personally, I think that your person, the person that you're with, y'all should have that safe space. If you don't, I think that's an issue. I think that's a huge issue. Like, I can't come to you, speak to you, and talk to you, either without you judging me, or us judging each other or whatever. I think that's a safe space should always be there, especially if you're looking to be with somebody like long term. If I can't go to my spouse, my lover, my partner, my friend, or whatever, and have a conversation with them, like if I can't talk to you, then who the heck can I talk to? Like, yeah, I can go speak and talk to a therapist, but I'm not in a relationship with them. I can go talk to my best friend, but I'm not in a relationship with them. I can go talk to my dad and my mom, but I'm not in a relationship with them. Like, I'm laying down with this person every single night, and I should be able to have a conversation with you, and we should be able to talk about anything. Like, I think everything should be, up for discussion.
Yeah, I hear what you said. I just want to comment and say maybe the external support is, or the external conversation slash external support is more of a boost to help them come and talk to their other party. Like I want to say it's not really like getting advice, but it's just getting comfortable with talking, and that way you can actually talk to the person that you should be comfortable to talk to.
Now, when you saying that, are you saying that like having a conversation with yourself, or having a conversation with a therapist before you?
Well, having a conversation with a therapist, or I hate to put the friend in it, but or just a family member, but speaking with someone on the someone, just someone else besides, as you'll uh gain. I feel like you'll be able to gain that confidence to speak with your partner.
I
And go ahead.
I think most people take that route. I think that most people do go and speak to their friends. I don't think that a lot of people go speak to a therapist. I think a lot of people do go speak to their friends and their family members, and they most of them, from the things that I've seen and I've heard, most of them don't get or create that safe space, or get enough courage to go and speak to that guy, like, or go and speak to their other half, to their spouse. The only way to get good at something is to practice, to continue to, instead of avoiding, Like run to that. Like I understand that the person that I'm with is understanding, hopefully. And again, if you don't have that person that's going to be understanding, then you maybe need to reevaluate. But I'm saying hopefully that person that you chose to be with, to kick it with or whatever, I can go and I can speak to them about anything, because I'm a little bit old school, old fashioned. Anything that I would have going on between me and my spouse, I'm not going to my mom. I'm not going to my dad. I ain't even going to a doggone therapist. I'm going directly to the source, because I'm not one of those people that I'm not going to, be aggressive about it. I'm gonna approach it with asking questions. Let me get a better understanding for what's going on, and we are going to create that safe space. We are going to figure out a solution here. Like, the only option B is to see option A through, and that's to go directly to the source and speak and talk to that source. Because I'm not going to be able to get a solution from other people. Yeah, they can give me advice and stuff like that, but the only way to be able to honestly get through this thing is through them.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking that, you say most people, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, I guess I'm thinking of the other people that would kind of have like the blend of what you're saying, just practicing talking so that they can become more comfortable with talking to their person and getting comfortable with expressing what's going on. Not necessarily saying that you're putting, you might be, but putting the business out into the streets, but it's still for the sake of I'm, talking to, build courage to talk. But
So
yeah, I see your point though.
another question that I have is, what I don't understand, like it is hard for me to grasp my head like around, is how in the world can you lay down beside someone every night? I mean, I don't know if they sleep in the same bed, but how can you become intimate with someone, which is, I think, the deepest connection that you can have with anyone, or one of the deepest connections you can have with anyone is being intimate with them, but you can't sit there and have a conversation with them and actually talk about the way that you feel. I think, one is down here and then the other one is like way like yeah.
I'm just what you call it, salad toss talking. What
A lot of word salad.
word salad. Well, I was just gonna call it an oxymoron. But well, so
And
because no, I guess is what, dang it, what you just said called it?
word salad.
Word salad. So I believe I have another word salad here. Is easier, just public speaking. Sometimes words is harder to say versus actions, and actually being vulnerable, even though that is like one of the biggest ways of being vulnerable with somebody as well, is sharing intimacy, physical intimacy, if you're even going that far. So it's more frightening. I feel like it's probably more frightening to them to be emotionally vulnerable, or to express what's going on, what's the bothersome with this person, and then they may see that the physical is it's just casual, it's just, physical, it's not it should be a big deal, but they might be a little unorganized in those
Priorities.
areas. Huh?
Priorities. I said, no, they priorities all over the place. If they,
Right. But that's what I was going that's with saying that though, like if they are sticking into it, and again, like you would practice giving a speech, you're practicing you're practicing asking these questions or telling the outside, even though that's like frowned upon. I wouldn't do that anymore. But like so you're kind of just getting comfortable with talking and expressing your feelings, because they might feel that you're, again, like they were saying, they might feel that with what they're sharing with you, you're judging them on, or you may, I don't know, not understand. So it's one of those things that I feel like most people may have a issue doing. They're not accustomed to doing so.
okay. You can go ahead and bring up the what's the name? 'Cause I still want to elaborate a little bit more on this. On the if Kobe if you wanted to chime in real quick, 'cause I guess I'm still trying to kind of wrap my head around, I guess understanding, you know, the being intimate is easier than having a conversation with someone. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that a little bit. Did you want to elaborate real quick, Kobe, before I bring up this last point? Yeah, you can go ahead and bring up the sponsors real quick before we get up there.
Honestly, in my eyes, I think intimacy is conversation.
Facts. That's facts.
Being able to sit there and talk and have a conversation is very pivotal. But it's like let's be honest here. I feel like if it don't matter if I'm just meeting somebody or if I've been with somebody for a while or anything like that. If I cannot sit down and just have a conversation about whatever the case may be, whether it's about you, me, what I do for a living, what you do as a living, hobbies, um, anything that you love, that we can find something to talk about. It don't matter. As long as it don't matter what the conversation is about. It's just being able to sit there and hold a conversation. Just by somebody not doing that, it's it's weird. It's like friction is starting to come in.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim. You want to say something real quick?
Well, I was just going to say I feel like I have to separate it to kind of make it understandable. So yes, those things are intimate actions and stuff like that. But let's just say maybe, again, like I was saying, they're not accustomed to having conversations. Like, we'll just say, growing up or something like that. I would say that, having those talks, like with one of our podcasts, like I think we had asked, like, why do people ask those, what we call it, filler questions?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have those filler questions and you feel like you've kind of know of this person enough to give your body, but then you continue down the road with this person and then something deeper comes up where you still haven't gotten to the point where you're comfortable with talking on deeper topics.
So with that, I feel what you're saying. Some people didn't grow up having those type of conversations and stuff. I think the disconnection, the issue that I'm maybe having is, if somebody say they're not used to doing that, but then again they go out and they go speak to their friends about that, or they go speak to their mother or their father, you're still having that conversation. You're just not having with the person that you need to have it with. So
Mm.
it's going back to why would somebody go all the way around Robert Hood's barn? You got to circle back in and come to the park. You still got to go in and you have to have a conversation with that person and somebody. You can go and talk to a friend. You can go talk to, your mom or your dad or whatever, but you're still not going to know how to navigate a conversation with your person because you need to go speak, talk, and learn that person
Yeah.
instead of listening to an outsider that can just give you knowledge based on the relationships and stuff that they don't have with other people or whatever. Like, everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? So what better way to learn your person than to practice?
Yes, I see your point. And I'm s- I'm still thinking it's still just of course you still gonna have to come and talk to that person, but it's still I guess I'm still pushing the effort that yeah, you may not be talking to the person directly, but you starting to warm up about talking and what the issue is. Of course it's again like you were saying, it's not the person you're not gonna get uh their reaction, but you're just you're practicing. You're you're
So why practice with somebody else when you can practice with the person that you're gonna be. I don't know. I'm just guessing a person that you're gonna be either spending most of your time or the rest of your life with. Why not get as much practice with that person as possible? Like I want to perfect this relationship. You know what I'm saying? I got brothers, I got sisters, I got aunts, uncles, and cousins and stuff that I can talk to about my relationship, but I want to perfect it with them. I want to get as much practice as possible with them.
well, yeah, after you practice, then you should be a little bit better with talking to them. So I think once you've gotten past that initial I would say the practice and the initial, I guess, game of talking. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna say it like that. But the game of actually talking to your person, then from there, you can continue to have those conversations and build and be able to talk and understand that person and not feel judged and not feel that whatever you're telling them they won't turn back around and try to use it against you or judge you or anything that would turn you away. Like you would still continue to build and become comfortable with that person. I was just saying, I think what I was just saying is that the outside conversations was just practice to get to that point to continue down the road with your person.
So what if you go and you go speak to your, let's just say a best friend or whatever, and spoke to everybody else except for that person, and you go to that person and let's just say, for instance, because you've been practicing with other people, and those other people maybe give you some wrong information or whatever that's gonna rub that your person the wrong way, because either you done took talking points or whatever from them or whatever, and that ultimately offends them or whatever, then what?
See, that part I can't speak for anyone else. My whole thing was just the way I was explaining it was the way that I kind of took it, like from someone that's probably more or less looking for advice. Then yeah, I would say just skip the middle person and go directly to the source. Like I'm just saying, like people. I'm gonna just say people like me. I I get it. Like other people's advices and experiences, not what's over here. Like I just wanted to get comfortable now. Those people that's looking for advice, go straight to the source. Like if there's something going on within y'all's relationship and you're looking for advice or suggestions or some sort of direct line, go straight to the source. I will go straight to the source.
Also, what if that person gets offended that you're going to go speak to other people about y'all problems?
Well, hopefully,
Hopefully, what?
hopefully, hopefully. I don't know. I guess. Okay.
I kind of want to ask Kobe. Kobe, how would you feel? How would you feel if someone you were with, somebody you were with, goes out and has a conversation about what y'all have going on in y'all house? Like, how would you feel? If they go out and go seek some advice and they telling somebody else y'all business. How would you feel about it?
Um, there's nothing wrong with trying to get advice on some problems, but I think your problems are meant to be held behind closed doors, not necessarily to let the world know about what you got going on. Because sometimes a lot of people can have ill intentions. Because I definitely believe if you and your partner were having problems and you tell somebody or one of your friends, they can end up having that nasty look on their face at you when you come around.
There you go. That's what I was searching for.
And then, because like y'all can be good, but they ain't
Mhm.
good.
I did hear that.
Friends, family members are not. They can't unsee it. They cannot unsee it. At the end of the day, you they baby girl, they best friend or whatever, and they gonna be thinking at the back of their mind that mofo ain't And I think this is just me personally, but I think the only thing that you should be saying or mentioning about the person that you're with to people on the outside is positive things. Like the only thing you should be doing is bragging about, your spouse or the person that you're with. That's it. I don't think that anything else should be discussed. Honestly, that's just me. Because I
Agreed.
feel like that's kind of like betrayal. I'm just gonna call it a spade a spade. I look at that as betrayal. Like that would be like, dang, can somebody really trust you? You know what I mean?
I feel like I brag all the time.
Well, I'm not just talking about you, personal. I'm just just saying. I think that
I,
most people that I speak to or whatever, I think they probably will see the coin on from this end.
I mean, I see where you guys are coming from, and it kind of brings me back to again a previous podcast where uh, what's her name? Dog. What's her name? Melanie?
Melanie.
No, what's her name? One of the
Oh,
viewers.
the people that be commenting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
when she mentioned she was like, yeah, I've had brothers and uncles, and I think she mentioned her dad to say that like you pretty much what y'all was saying, keep the relationship between the two people and stop telling other folks about the situation. And she was like, yeah, I had to learn that. But yeah.
True. Good conversation, man. This is a great conversation. Anybody got anything else they wanted to add before we get up out of here?
No, all good.
Okay, cool. Well, I tell you what, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do want to somewhat apologize for the late podcast, even though this was actually fun. I actually enjoyed doing a little late night session or whatever. Make me feel grown again. You know what I'm talking about? Pop out of. And shout out to my dad, man. His birthday was August the 20th. I'm actually out here at the bowling alley now. We about to go in here, celebrate for a few minutes, and then I'm going back in the house because y'all know we got football practice tomorrow. So yeah.
Happy birthday to your pops.
Appreciate it. All right, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one that they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time, all right? So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. I'm gonna give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm trying to work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa, too bad was you know.